won't believe this. An idol just crashed a luxury jewelry website because everything he touched sold out instantly. And not only that, his song has been sitting at #1 in Japan longer than anyone thought possible. Yes, this is BTS's Jin. And right now, his name isn't just topping music charts. It's making CEOs, economists, and fans around the world stop and say, what can't he do? Let's start with the unbelievable advertising power. From July 29th to August 7th, Forbes Korea and Idol Champ ran a poll asking, which idol makes you want to buy a product the most? The result wasn't even close. Jin won with a landslide 43.83% of votes. That's nearly half of all voters pointing at him and saying, if Jin models it, I'm buying it. And this isn't just hype. Let's talk facts. When Maison Fred, the French high jewelry house, named Jin their first ever global ambassador in their 88-year history, fans rushed to buy the necklace, bracelet, and earrings he wore. Prices ranged from 17 million to 134 million won, and still, they sold out so fast the official website crashed. Imagine that, a single idol shutting down a luxury site because of overwhelming demand. With Gucci, his ambassadorship announcement broke records, becoming the most liked post in the brand's Instagram history. Jin even surpassed Harry Styles' previous engagement record. For Alo Yoga, a US fashion and lifestyle giant, just one Instagram post from Jin created $1.2 million worth of exposure in a single day. Their VP of marketing even said, Jin is an artist with the power to create change. And let's not forget food. When Jin became the face of Atoji's Jin Ramen, overseas sales jumped 19.2% in 1 year. Korean ramen exports as a whole spiked after Parasite won its Oscar, but industry analysts agree, Jin's influence pushed that wave even higher. This is why economic experts on TV say Jin is one of the most advertised individuals right now. Not just because of his fandom, but because he creates real measurable impact. But that's only half the story. The other half? His music. His latest solo track, Don't Say You Love Me, is breaking records that even K-pop fans thought were impossible. On Spotify Japan, it's now been at #1 for 58 consecutive days, the longest streak ever for a K-pop soloist. To put that in perspective, Jin beat the record previously held by Rosé and Bruno Mars's collaboration APT, which lasted 56 days. That's not just history, it's rewriting the rulebook. And it gets bigger. The song has already crossed 400 million streams, the fastest K-pop track to hit that milestone in 2025. Jin also became the first Asian solo artist to top Spotify's global chart this year. Think about that. Out of every song in the world, his rose to the very top. Fans say the song feels different. It's emotional, raw, and vulnerable. And that's no accident. Jin personally wrote lyrics for 4 of the 7 songs on his second mini-album Echo. His soaring vocals, sometimes soft, sometimes piercing, carry emotions that stick with listeners long after the track ends. And while fans are streaming the song, they're also lining up to see him live. His Run-Soaked Jin tour became one of the biggest tours ever for an Asian soloist. With just 12 shows in Japan and the US, he drew 217,000 fans and earned $32.5 million in revenue, breaking Billboard's top tour records. Industry experts pointed out, this isn't normal. To achieve numbers like this without including Korea or Europe shows just how global Jin's power really is. What's astonishing is how he's balancing both worlds. In 1 week, he's the face of Gucci, Fred, Laneige, Alo Yoga, and Jin Ramen. The next, he's setting Spotify records and filling arenas. And in both industries, music and advertising, he's not just participating, he's dominating. Fans describe it best. When Jin smiles, we feel confident. When he sings, we feel understood. When he models, we feel proud. That's why companies call him not just a model, but a dream partner. So here's the big question. What's next? If Jin can crash websites with jewelry, break streaming records in Japan, top the global charts, and lead one of the most successful Asian solo tours ever, where does he go from here? Because if history tells us anything, it's this. Whenever we think Jin has reached the top, he simply creates a new one.